There he is. It's the man, the myth, the legend.
This.
Password.
Yeah, I paused it.
Oh, there. The man, the myth. Having a fun time at the con. Lucina? You're not Lucina. You're dual wielding.
Yeah, it means one sword and two.
And a shield. Why does Fire Emblem give you so many alts? I have one alt. One.
Terrible.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
In Heroes, he is.
He is not. I say as I have no guesses.
Nah. Yeah.
My.
Here. Spam shop.
I love Teray.
This is our adopted
And this is our adopted daughter. Lucina. Our daughter.
He disappeared.
It's not, he didn't pay child maintenance. So Lucina's our child now. All ours. You look fabulous. Fabulous, Which one do you think is the best one? Let's go pink. This one?
Yes.
Okay, so you went Mewtwo. Is Mewtwo got something lucky?
Ooh, what's this?
We have
Ooh.
a Voltorb.
Oh man, that's the best one.
We have a Pikachu. Oh, got an Ekans. Oh, we got Coffin and a Paris back there. Oh, we got a shiny Oranguru. It's pink. That's why you picked it. Because it's pink. It matches. It matches with home. And then we got Erica. And then rubbish. Then we have. Can we get something nice?
Oh, this was here.
You see?
No one look at him.
Don't look at her. Evie already best pack.
Yeah.
Already quality pack. Ekans, Paris. Oh, shiny rocks. And then we get rainbow rare, legendary birds.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn. Babies.
Baby boy, babies.
Baby boy, and then the rest is just garbage. We don't care. We got the rainbow.
Oh, what have I walked into?
Daughter, no! You're grounded. You're grounded too.
I'm a good boy.
Why?
Because I'm evil.
No.
I don't know how to be.
Bad cape. Ding ding. Denied.
You want to lift my leg next? Is that-
No! No, no, no. It's very powerful.
Pictures with threatening on it.
Such a threatening. God damn it!
Why do I hear blast music?
Wow, you're cheating.
We almost get the Ginyu Force here.
Well, there's enough of us to do it.
You would need all the awakening.
Oh, you mean
We
you
all had a
don't
good
want a
time.
nice photo for your Instagram polka dot art?
That was
Oh, you lose subscriber.
Wow, that is cringe. Anyway.
Get out of the woods, gamers.
This intimate stuff. This is very sexy. This is in my way.
There you go.
Wow, it's really dark here. Oh no.
Oh nose.
I'm back with my nose, fuck it. Oh, I turned it
So
off.
dark.
I'm an idiot. Oh no. I can't do it, but I could try. And
Do you feel invigorated yet?
I'm looking like
I'm still grey, so
yes,
no.
I feel invigorated.
Oh,
I'm
come
invigorated.
back.
Yes. Good.
Bye.
Get by with the demon tail. Oh, his jacket.
There you go.
There we
My
go.
lady. Jeez. In the woods of Glasgow.
Just the tap. Just the tap.
Why are you like this?
Because I'm terrible people.
Why are you like this?
I'm terrible people.
Oh, your sword fell. Oh no.
Oh, you even did school.
Hey, hey.
Black hole.
Oh, you're taking.
I want the power of God and anime on my side.
Right? Yeah, go battery, baby.
Yay!
You would be handy taking that.
Oh, I hate you all. bridge. Look at all these normies.
Oh, so normal.
So normal, not in cosplay, because it's all over. Goodbye, Hydro. Goodbye, Armadillo. Caitlin here, aka Scribble Sketch, and thank you for watching my weekend vlogs for MCM Scotland 2019. I hope you've enjoyed the videos that have came out. This is kind of just like the end outro, kind of final words about it for the second vlog or whatever. I wanted to keep it to just this vlog because I didn't want to add it on to the first one, because it would have felt a little bit weird to have my analysis like between the journey or whatever that was happening. So overall, I had an amazing time at MCM Scotland 2019. It was super fun. It was really not stressful whatsoever. I feel like that was maybe down to us being in the Premier Inn literally just across the bridge from the SECC. That like alleviated a lot of stress about how to travel there and get there, because we were literally a 5-minute walk, not even 5 minutes, like less than 5 minutes from the venue. So there was no stress. We didn't even have to queue really to get in, because we literally just like walked over at 10 o'clock and the queue was already inside, so we literally just had to walk in. So we didn't have to stress out about lining up in the, well, the quote-unquote rain. It never actually kind of rained all weekend. There was like a tiny spit on the Sunday, but nothing came to it. So like it was nice and kind of dry all weekend, which was lovely, because I did have some photo shoots that I was doing over the weekend that I wanted to do and whatnot, and I'm glad that it was dry for those. So if I had any kind of, not complaints, but kind of issues with it, I am going to make a video separate from this where I go into a bit more detail about one thing specifically that I did have a problem with, but I'll just mention it briefly here, and you can wait for that video to come out for me to do like a more in-depth analysis onto what it was. But it was mainly to do with like sellers selling 18+ goods when it's meant to be like a family-friendly con, and then basically not even like trying to hide the fact that they're selling 18+ items and that they were on full display for young kids to see, which I found a really big problem. But I'm going to go into a bit more detail on that in a separate video, so look forward to that if you want to look forward to that kind of discussion / topic. Some people did come out afterwards and did mention that they did perhaps get harassed, or they felt like they were, you know, inappropriately like approached by some people at the con. This is kind of the first year where I felt like there's been a lot of people mentioning this. And again, I'm not quite sure whether that's just maybe like how big the con has gotten now, and maybe more people feel a bit more comfortable speaking up about these issues, but thankfully I never had to deal with any of that. I'm very apologetic to anyone who feel like they had a bad time because of that. I am with you guys in terms of, obviously we need to crack down on anti-harassment policies at these conventions. You know, there's big signs there, but I feel like maybe we need to make them 10 times bigger to try and remind people, hey, cosplay is not consent. You need to keep your hands to yourselves and your eyes to yourselves. Like, you should not be harassing people at these events, especially like just because they are dressed up. You shouldn't be harassing them. That's just a big no. But moving on to like the kind of lighter topic, I had a lovely time meeting Troy Baker and Ian Sinclair. I got a picture with Troy, which I'm really happy about. I forgot actually at the time to get a picture with Ian because I was so excited. I saw him in the morning and Troy in the afternoon. I was at the very front of the line for Ian Sinclair. I was super excited, and he was super lovely when he came out. He was like, "Oh, good morning, everyone. I love your country. It's great." He's been chatting to Charles Martinet about how lovely Scotland is, and that he's like, everything's so spacious. You can just walk everywhere, and it's brilliant. So that was lovely. And I got him to sign my kind of print that I got of Berkut, which you saw in my kind of con haul video that I shot. He was lovely, and when I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, what do you have for me there?" And I handed him the print, and he did the Berkut voice, and he was like, "Ah, yes, the best prints in all of Fire Emblem, isn't he?" And I was just like, "Yes." And then I asked him if he could bless my phone so that I could finally summon Dancer Barkut in Fire Emblem Heroes, because I'd been struggling to try and summon him. I had such a high priority percent, so I kind of like handed him my phone and he just like held it there and waved his hand over it and he's like, you will be blessed with Barkut, I promise you. So that made me happy. I was really happy about that, and he was such a nice, friendly guy. And then in the afternoon I got to meet Troy Baker. His line and Nolan North were like really long. I thought maybe the Sunday would be a bit more quiet, so that's why I kind of opted to go for a afternoon signing block, because now the signings are ticketed, so you don't just go randomly up and queue, you get a ticket and you go at the time slot. He was still busy, of course he was, because he was like one of the big highlights of the con, as well as Nolan North and Charles Martinet. So I was really excited to see him, and I got him to sign my copy of Catherine Full Body. He was really sweet. I mentioned how I'd met him 2 years ago when I was cosplaying as Naruto, and I got him to sign my copy of Persona 4 Golden, and he was like, oh yeah, I remember talking to you because we were chatting about how maybe Matthew Mercer is trying to steal all my voice roles because Matthew Mercer now voices Kanji. So like he remembered that, and I was really chuffed. I was like really excited that he remembered that conversation. And then we had a lovely chat. Like it was brief because there were a lot of people to get through, but we had a nice brief conversation about Catherine Full Body, about what he thinks of like kind of the new storylines, who our favourite kind of romance option is. We both agreed that it's Rin. We both agreed that Rin is our best option, and he was just talking about how much he loved voicing Vincent again and doing the new voice lines and everything, because they kept all the old stuff that kind of fit into the new story, but they re-recorded like new lines or whatever, so they kept the stuff that they had previously recorded the same, but they just added the new voice lines to it. So even though like I can see them in the game where it's like, oh that's new or that's new, so that was kind of interesting to find out. And also I got a selfie with him, which I was so happy about, and he was just a lovely guy to meet. And I just want to say a big thank you to all my friends who wished me a happy birthday at the weekend, and that came to my kind of birthday party that we had on the Saturday night. That was a lot of fun. So it was good to spend my holiday. It was good to spend my birthday rather with my friends who I love so dearly, and I'm not going to see a lot of them for a long time. Like there's going to be, the next convention that's coming up is Rycon. I'm going to be vending at that one, so I'm going to be in the artist alley, but sadly a lot of my friends can't make it, so probably the next big con that I won't see them until will be next year in 2020, which is really bizarre to think that like I'm not going to see some people until 2020. That's like absolutely insane. But I had a lovely time, and if any of you guys were at MCM Scotland, please comment down below, give me like your highlights from the weekend, anything that you did that was amazing, anything that you bought that you really liked. I had a lovely time. I think highlights for me, obviously, meeting Ian Sinclair and Troy Baker, big highlights. Also, going to the Fire Emblem meet. It was a really nice, kind of chill meet. I've been worried about going to cosplay meets for a little while now. I think mainly due to, it was funny because on the Saturday we kind of went outside to chill for a little bit, and there was a Danganronpa meet that was going on, and you know I was just thinking back to like last year, like oh I remember there was a Danganronpa meet but I didn't go because I was like doing Persona on the day that it was happening. And not to be horrible or anything, but it was like most of the people that were there were quite young. So being an older cosplayer, I felt a little bit uncomfortable, like not by them, but by the fact that there's such a huge age gap. And I was just like, I'm kind of glad I didn't cosplay Danganronpa this year because I felt a little bit uncomfortable, not by the cosplayers themselves, but the fact that they were so young. And you know they were maybe cosplaying characters that have like you know come from like a dark game, like all the silliness of Danganronpa inside. It is like dark in some moments in terms of some characters' backstories and their gimmicks and everything. So it was nice to go to the Fire Emblem meet where a lot of us were the similar age, where we were like maybe in our 20s or late 18s and 19s and everything, and we just had a nice time, and it was really nice and chill. We got lots of nice photos taken, we did some Mimi things and everything, you know, had to get some Mimi photos in there with little dabs and all this stuff and doing funny poses and things, but it was a good laugh, and I had a lovely time doing my photo shoots with Alistair Watson Photography and with Acoustifer Photography. Those are amazing, and I can't wait to share those photo shoots with you when I get them back. And obviously a big shout out to my friend Rin, who was cosplaying King of Spades America with me on the Saturday, and we did an amazing photo shoot. and I can't wait to share that with you guys because I think it'll be very, very nice. But overall, I had an amazing time. I hope you guys who were there had a lovely time. And now it's time to, not really a chill period because I'm going to be busy the whole of October getting things ready for Rycon. I've got so many prints I've got to get ready, I've got things to prepare and stuff like that, you know, eventually packing when it comes to it and everything. And I'm also doing my best to try and do Inktober. So if you guys want to follow me doing Inktober, I've got art Instagram now and an artist Twitter. So if you are mainly interested in me for my art things, then you can follow me there and just like see my progress with that. I probably need to update my description down below because I have not updated that in like months, and I think some of the information in there is a little bit inaccurate. So I need to update that and fix that or whatever so you guys have all the right links. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for some more geeky things from me, more convention vlogs, more cosplay, more art, all that general geeky stuff. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see all of you guys later. This video was made possible thanks to patrons such as Craig McCutcheon and Neko-Senpai.